Morning Stampers, welcome to Maker Mornings with Meg Wednesday edition. So I am kind of excited this morning because we are switching gears just a little. So not away from Christmas because we still have lots of Christmas projects to do, but switching gears away from traditional colors into something a little bit different. So I wore my non-traditional Christmas color shirt today in honor, this like really gorgeous purple, right? Who says we have to be just red and green? So you might already know what I'm talking about, but the stamp set that we're gonna use is Whimsical Trees. There is that. And Whimsical Trees is a really fun, it has some great greetings in it. Let your heart be light, wishing you magical cheer all year, love and may the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart, etc., etc. So lots of good greetings there. But really, I think the magic is when it's paired with the die set, because there are all the dies on this side and then this side with lots of great combinations. So I'm going to show you a card this morning with the non-traditional colors from that designer series paper. So here is the paper. You guys see that? So it's got that pretty foil, silver foil. It's kind of like an iridescent foil actually. And then the backs are the sort of the neutral patterns. And so we're gonna make an extended Z-fold card, kind of in the style of one that I shared with you a while ago with our polar bear friend. So this one here. So this kind of fun panel card where you get to have all the different panels show when your card is open. So similar to the one that I showed you on Monday, but a little bit more complicated with cutting, but that's no problem because I'm gonna show you how to do it. So, all right, are you guys ready? Let's get our camera flipped down here and, oops, or like got weird arm angles this morning. Okay, here we go. All right, so getting started, like I said, we're going to use Whimsical Trees. Let me tell you a little bit about the elements that we're going to use here. So for our card base, I have this cut to 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then scored. Let's see, for you guys, it would be scored at 5 1/2 and at 9 3/4. So 5 1/2 and 9 3/4, and then this is going to fold here, and then we get that little flap there. Now, it doesn't really matter how much this little flap fold back is. Basically what you're going to want to remember is that it's got to match up with the paper that you layer here on the front, okay? So the cutting sizes I'm giving you are for this card, but you could adapt it, of course. So this piece of designer series paper is 4 1/4 inches tall by 4 inches wide. And so you can also size this card down to make it just 4 inches tall if you want to save your paper, but whatever, we're Christmas. I'm all about the splurging in the bright colors today. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my Seal Plus adhesive on here. And I use Seal Plus for this because I want it to be, just like we talked about the other day, I want it to be that really strong adhesive bond. And then I'm just gonna line this up and stick it down. So now I know that my card will open properly. You can, of course, put the adhesive on the back of your designer series paper, but then you risk a little bit sealing your card shut. If you get the adhesive too far over here, then it would stick down, and that's still cool, but not quite as effective as the whole thing, okay? All right, so before we go too much further, we wanna do our stamping on the inside. So I'm gonna bring in my mint macaron here. And let's see, I've got this little joy image and this little holly image. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, and I'm going to stamp these here on the inside panel of our card. All right, let's see here. So I'm stamping mint macaron on mint macaron. And okay, when you think you have room for one more, but you're not sure, stop, okay? Quit while you're ahead. And then I'm gonna go back with this joy word, preferably right side up, and add some little joy greetings in some of those empty spaces. And when I do this, I want some of them to go off the top and some of them to go off the side, so it looks like it's kind of cut out of a big piece of paper. Let's see, maybe. Nope, I'm not gonna add one more there. Did you hear me do it? I even do it. Maybe one more I can put, no, that's the time to stop. All right, so that's gonna be the center panel of our card. I wanna add one more definition element to the front of this. And like I showed you earlier, there are a bunch of really pretty papers with this. So this card is actually created to showcase a bunch of them and just use like little scraps of things. So I have a little bit of this, I have a circle of this, I have an element here, I have another piece of this holly paper. So across here, I'm gonna use this iridescent stripe, which is so pretty. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it on with Seal Plus. Seal. You could use Seal Plus, of course, interchangeably. But for this, it's just a layer. So, okay, so we've got that there. Now on the inside of our card, we're gonna finish decorating here. On the inside of our card, I want to go ahead and have this element here that's going to pop there on the side. And you could, on my other, the original card that I made for this, I put it all the way up to the edge, but honestly, I think it's really pretty to repeat this little green line element. So I'm not gonna put it all the way to the edge. I'm gonna put it close to the edge. And we'll go ahead and attach this. And then we want to have a place to stick our greeting. So we're gonna have a 4x4 inch piece of basic white, and that's gonna fold in here. And see how conveniently sized that is? It fits just inside our main card piece here. All right, so let's stamp this before we adhere, right? You always wanna stamp first and then stick down. So I'm gonna bring in Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to grab the greeting here, which is that Love of the Season, Warm Your Home one. So now when you're working with a stamp that has lots of really detailed elements mixed with a little bit more bold elements, you might take a second and just stamp on your scratch paper to make sure that you're getting it well inked. Like if you are missing sections, instead of pressing harder, you might need to ink your stamp pad because you want to balance those light and those heavier elements of your image. So, all right, there, I think we did pretty well. But go ahead and practice, like that's what grid paper is for. And then I have this sweet little tree. We're gonna add a bunch more trees. So I'm gonna ink that in mint macaron and add that there inside our card. Okay, so now we can stick this down. So lest you think we're missing trees, just wait, we're gonna get a whole bunch of trees layered in here still. Okay, don't squish across your ink. You don't know for sure that it's dried. So you wanna, you can always flip it to the back and squish from the back side. Okay. All right, so back to the front of our card. Like I said, we want to show off more of those fabulous papers. So I have this pink here, Blushing Bride actually, which is gonna bring out the pink there in the background. And this is going to go ahead and get stuck down here. So you know what, let's go ahead and stick it down so it's not moving while we are trying to add the rest of our embellishments to this. But this is a really fun stamp set for layering. And die set for layering. So lots of cool layered things. And if you look through the catalog for the ideas that are in the catalog, you would see that there are some really terrific layering ideas just in there for you. So, okay, so we've got that. All right, you guys with me so far? I like the way the circle goes over the edge and it sort of pulls into the next panel there. And then let's go ahead and work on our layering. So this tree here is a lot of fun. It looks a little like furry Grinch tree to me. It's like how the Grinch that stole Christmas was drawn. So it kind of cracks me up a little, but let's go ahead and stamp that tree here in mint macaron. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it. And then we want to give that tree some fun decor. So there is this dot image here. And rather than do it in the Misty Moonlight, which I think might be kind of like dark and plodding, I don't know, what do you guys think? I decided to go with polished pink, which is anything but plodding. It's really bright, and I like it because it brings out the pink in the background of our other non-traditional. So we do have a green tree. So if you're feeling like you needed something green for Christmas, we have a green tree. And then this is cut out with one of the dies. So you can see these fabulous tree dies. This one here, this is the tall tree that matches this garland piece here. There's a little, the tall stem tree. There's this one, and there is another, this one, a tall stem tree. And actually I'll pull these out now because we're gonna use that one and we're gonna use this one. And as if like the tree garland wasn't enough, there are actually little bauble ornaments that you can use to decorate your tree. And then this one down here is stars. So you can decorate your tree with stars or put stars on top of your trees. And I love when Stampin' Up! Does this. What about you guys? When they pop so many of the or so many of the elements on a single die. So you don't have to like line them up or anything. You just plop it on there and cut 5 at once, cut 8 at once. Super simple. All right, so this die here is going to cut out for us. And no surprise, through the magic of television, we have our tree. And so this is gonna fit here on our card. We're gonna add some layering elements to that. So let's bring in a strip. You can see I was using this one last week. And for happy holidays. Geez, this is a multi-purpose one. Okay, I want one that doesn't have greeting on the back. So do I have a strip here? I'm sure I do. Let's see. Here's one. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in our greeting, and this "Let Your Heart Be Light" is a perfect sentiment. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this one in the Misty Moonlight. There we go. And then I'm gonna take my paper snips and I'm gonna cut some banner tails on the ends. And I'm actually gonna banner tail both ends so that this is an element that's gonna go all the way across here. So we've got our tree and our layer. But I think we could use more trees, right? Like this is Whimsical Trees, and we surely need some more ideas on here. So I've got this one, which I'm gonna die cut from Misty Moonlight. So even these pattern papers here are great for die cutting elements that aren't stamped, just patterned paper elements. So I'm gonna cut this one here, a tall tree from the pink. So I have this tree and this tree, all right? So if you were thinking we were going with the green tree only, no, we're mixing it up a little. So then I'm gonna put these trees on here, and I want the blue to show below our greeting, like that, and the pink to kind of show mostly above our greeting, okay? Kind of like that. And then rather than centering this, I'm gonna move my greeting out here. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's everything centered. So you can kind of see how this is like it's a really static focal point. Like the focal point is like strong and focused, and it doesn't like move your eye around at all. It goes right here and that's where you stay. But by taking this greeting and moving it over, we can have a dynamic focal point. So there's like a draw into it and a lead out of it. And does that make sense at all? Sort of how that works. So here's the static centered everything. And then here's the dynamic one where there's a little bit more motion surrounding it. Okay, you guys see how that works? All right, I don't know, maybe too much for a Wednesday morning, but all right, so I'm gonna come back now and take this apart and put some elements together. So I think our tree is going to go just flat on here. Let's see, there we go, and make sure I didn't get them too high, go off the top. And then our elements here, I'm gonna size out again to make sure that I can get that. There we go. So a lot of times I like to adhere things with Stampin' Dimensionals. And where are they? Here they are. So I'm gonna actually put a dimensional right at that intersection there between the two, and then add an extra one. So that will definitely keep our trees nicely adhered to our card. And I'm gonna spread them out just a little sideways. And then we have our greeting, our dynamic greeting, right? Because we've got it way out there to the side. So I can see that if I put a dimensional under this side right here, it's gonna support that just where I want it on our layer. Okay, and then I'm gonna tuck it up underneath the tree there. Let's try and get that straight so that layers over the top, just a teeny bit. So, okay. So we're good with this part, but we need to embellish, clearly some bling, what else? So I decided that I wanted to use the ribbon that is part of this suite. So this is the Frayed Blushing Bride ribbon. And then I thought, but you know what? This ribbon is so pretty with the iridescent glitter on it, the glitter ribbon. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but the link is in the video description for that. And so which to use, glitter or pink, Why not use both of them? I think we just did a card recently where we used both of them. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put these two together and then go ahead and tie it. Now, when I tie it, see how I have the right ribbon or the glitter on top on one side, but not the other? Remember, what you wanna do is twist that when you pull that knot tight so that it forces that glitter element to be right side up on both sides, okay? So if you missed that, you can go back and replay. All right, and then I'm gonna clip the ends so that they have a nice angle on them. And this one clearly was clipped in a hurry last time. Not sure I did much better. But keep those little tiny ribbon scraps because you never know when they might be handy. And I kind of like it curving up this way now. And it almost is like a cute underscore there. Now, to attach ribbon, there are a number of fun choices, but when I have Seal Plus handy and my ribbon is wide enough, I really like Seal Plus. It's really strong and that ribbon's not going anywhere. And you can attach it sort of along the length of the ribbon. So there's a ½ inch of adhesive on there rather than just one single point. And that really helps to keep those elements strong. All right, we're not done yet though, because I felt like this just needed one more bit of bling. And you could, if they eventually come back in stock, you can use the shimmer sequins that I used here because, can you see those on there? They would be really pretty. This tutorial is available on my Facebook page and on my blog at LovenStamps and on YouTube at the LovenStamps channel. If you're looking for that one, but those are out of stock right now and not orderable. So instead, I'm bringing in my metallic pearls. These come in a package with both gold and silver. Let's see, here's the gold ones. I'm kind of wearing down this poor package, but you get a whole sheet of gold, a whole sheet of silver, and they're great for lots of things. If you look in the catalog, they actually use gold on a lot of their samples, and I really like the way it comes out, but I decided to stick with a silver here. And you can use your fingernails to attach these, or they're very slidey, so they work fabulously with the slide and stick method. So I'm gonna put one on our greeting, and then I'm going to pop a little mini handful of these on our tree here, including one kind of down here at the bottom. Okay, and so now we have not only our pink polka dot tree, but also a tree that's decorated with cute little ornament pieces. So, all right, what do you guys think? Good for a Wednesday morning. So we used our colors from our designer series paper. So we didn't have to like come up with colors or pick colors or decide on colors. We just went with what was selected for us by Stampin' Up! Artists of Polished Pink, Misty Moonlight, and Mint Macaron. And we used a good number of the stamps from this set actually. Between the inside and so forth. If you want to use them all, I highly recommend stamping your envelope. So let's do that real fast here. Here is our envelope, and let's see, what stamps do I have? Oh, I don't have this one mounted yet, but I want to use this one. So if you haven't mounted your stamps before, red rubber stamps from Stampin' Up! Come unmounted, and so you're just going to put the sticker on the back. So there's two backings. There's the backing on the sticker sheet that you take off, and there's the backing on the stamp. And this is so quick, and you only have to do it once, so not a big deal. And then I like to hold the stamp, and then I'm looking at the outside layer, usually on the side that I can see. And I put down kind of one side, and then I just twist it until the rest of it's lined up. And then when you peel it off, you have your cling stamp all ready to go. So let's go ahead and do our cling here. I'm gonna put this on a block. And what do you think? I'm kind of loving the pink here. So let's go with a pink ornament for the front of our card. We're gonna give them a warning. It's a Christmas card, but it is non-traditional colors, people. So get ready for it. All right. So there's that. And then you could even, you know, do some on the back. I might put this on here so that it gets tucked under the envelope. So kind of that kind of fun little bit. And then don't forget also that you can always stamp on the back of your card. So if we want to open up our mint macaron again, so this is the side. Remember to fold the rest of your card out of the way because you don't want anything to move on you. Ink up my tree. Yep, it's nicely inked. And then I'm gonna put that right there because that's where the Hallmark little thing would go. And then I would just take a pen and I would write like ML 2021 right on there. So then I've signed my card. So think about, you know, stamp your envelopes and sign your cards so that you, I mean, Hallmark does, right? Why shouldn't we? All right, so that is our extended Z-fold card and a really fun layout, a great way to showcase a variety of designer series papers, especially like when you have these fabulous ones from the Whimsy and Wonder Suite. And you can, of course, get all the pieces if you use the product number for the suite collection. You can get the paper and the stamps and the dies, and the Blushing Bride ribbon is in that suite collection. And I didn't show them to you, but the snowflakes are gorgeous too. And they are white iridescent. They really match the silver iridescent in the paper beautifully. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Woo, sorry. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you are getting a chance to do some creative things this week. And I will be back on Friday with another project for you as part of Maker Mornings with Meg. And I'm kind of excited. Friday is our first full day. So Thursday night, there's like an award celebration and things like that as part of the demonstrator on stage event for Stampin' Up. And then Friday is our first full day of like classes. And so it's was usually an in-person event, but this time around is online again. But Stampin' Up! Has done a great job with our online events. So there's like a special platform and we log in and there's videos and messages all day and breakout sessions. They're actually really a lot of fun and a great chance to gather, at least virtually, right? Like here's us gathering virtually. So that's what those events are for demonstrators too. Which reminds me to tell you, if you are keen on the idea of participating in things like that in the future with my own LovenStamps team and with Stampin' Up! As a whole, by becoming a demonstrator, I would love to help you get started. You can sign up with me through my website at lovenstamps.com/join-my-team. And this is the perfect time because it is the starter kit special going on right now where instead of $99, it's $75 and you get $125 of product of your choice and the shipping is free. So it's kind of like if you have a wish list and you're planning on spending at least $75, then you should get it as part of the starter kit because you're gonna spend the $75 and you get a $50 shopping spree at the same time and your shipping is free. So like ding, ding, win, win, win. So if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. And there are demonstrators on my team all over the United States from coast to coast and top to bottom everywhere. So we have a great time together and we have a terrific online community too. And I would love for you to be part of that when you sign up with me. So, and you probably know that I've been a demonstrator for almost 20 years now. So if you have questions, I'm sure that I've heard them before. So don't hesitate to think, oh, my question is too weird or out of like left field or, you know, just ask the question. I'm perfectly happy to answer them for you. So, all right, guys, have a terrific day and I will see you again on Friday. So happy stamping.